Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Alistair and today I'm reviewing the On Cloudsurfer Trail 2. The On Cloudsurfer Trail 2 is a road-to-trail running shoe, meaning it can run on roads just as well as it can on light trails. Version 2 does come with a lot of the same DNA that version 1 had, but it now comes with better fit, more stability, and improved traction underfoot. So pretty much all the gripes I had with the previous version have now been fixed. I've been testing these out on road runs, light trail runs, hikes with the family, and even dog walks around the neighborhood. So I put it through quite a few different tests and I can't wait to tell you all about how the new version performs. But first, let's get to those key specs. They cost $170 from On. I will let you know by the end of this review if I believe they're worth that price tag. They weigh 9.9 ounces or 281 grams. That's for size US men's 9, my pair. That is actually a little bit heavier than the previous version, which was 9.5 ounces. That's actually not really noticeable on the run, so anyone worried about that, don't be. It now has an 8mm drop from heel to toe. Previous version had a 7mm drop. Again, not noticing any differences in terms of ride because of that drop. The upper mesh is using a very breathable, abrasion-resistant material, and the lacing system is actually quite a bit wider than it was in the previous version, which you can see here. It doesn't really feel any different. It just allows you to be able to expand that upper lacing system. There's also more cushioning around the collars and the heel counter at the rear, but also the tongue. There's more padding everywhere. So if you are one of those people who needs to really lock down your laces to get the ultimate heel lockdown or fit, then you will no longer get any lace bite above the tongue. The midsole is using Cloudtec Phase technology with Helion foam. This actually feels firmer than the previous version. Not sure why, maybe that foam density has been tweaked somehow. But that's actually a good thing and bad thing. I know a lot of people really like that plush feel, myself included, of that previous version, or the original Cloudsurfer Trail. But what a firmer midsole does bring to the table is more stability on the run, allowing you to run on more moderately technical trails. So certainly benefits there, and I know this midsole is softening already, so give it a few more runs and I think it might start feeling a lot closer to the original version in terms of softness underfoot. The outsole is still using On's Mission Grip rubber compound, but the lugs have been improved. So they are now chevron shaped, but also there's kind of less flat surface area on those lugs. So you get a lot more traction going up hills and down hills. Huge improvements on the outsole. But take note, this isn't an all mountain trail running shoe. If that's what you're after, follow that link up there. That'll help you find the best ones for you. This is a road to trail running shoe, meaning it's not really capable of doing anything too technical on the trails. It's just not geared up for that. This is the one that just allows you to seamlessly transition from road surfaces to trail surfaces, but light trail, nothing too technical. And a few extra features to come with this shoe are a nice TPU coated or protected toe box here. That stops splash water from getting in the shoe, but it's also semi-reinforced, so if you kick a rock or a root, it protects your toes a little bit as well. There's also a little elastic loop on the front. So once you've done your laces up, you tuck them into that loop and they stop flapping around and there's less chance they're going to get snagged on the trail. And finally, there's a little finger pull at the rear. Very nice. Big enough for a human finger, so that's great. And makes them very easy to slip on too. When it comes to sizing and fit, they're very much true to size. If you're used to running in On running shoes, just go with your usual size and you should be fine. It is worth noting though, this new lacing system does cater for higher volume feet. If you do need a wide shoe in general, I wouldn't say these are wide, but they're good for higher volume. So If your feet are larger, they kind of go up more, you need extra space in your shoe, then these will certainly cater to you. Step-in feel is fantastic, and that continues on the run as well, and that's because of all the cushioning around the collars and a heel counter. Even the tongue is highly padded now, so I think a lot more people are really going to enjoy this updated upper. It just makes them more comfortable for running, but also as a lifestyle shoe. For anyone who's on their feet all day long, you're really going to appreciate this update. One thing to note about the upper though, is this section here. Where the vamp meets the bottom of a lacing system, it is a little bit stiff when you do a high flex. You're probably not going to flex that much, but I have to test this kind of stuff when I'm running just to see how flexible a shoe is. So think going up steep hills or maybe walking and you've got a long stride, you're going to flex this more and you might feel this kind of, I wouldn't say digging into the top of your foot, but it feels like it's putting unduly pressure on there. So this has certainly been breaking in over time, but something to be aware of. That could be improved for the next version. Other than that though, these are super comfortable and right out the box, most people are going to absolutely love them. If you're enjoying this review so far, please give the video a like. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. It makes me feel loved. And please make sure you comment on the video. That's one of the most important things for me because I want to make this channel as much of a community as possible. I want as many people to be able to find the best shoes for them as possible. That's my ultimate goal. So if you have had experience running in the On Cloudsurfer Trail 2, let me know your thoughts. How have you been getting on? Also, if you're comfortable in doing so, let me know your weight and your build, what kind of speed you like to run. Maybe you don't like to run fast, or maybe you don't run on trails in these. Maybe you do. Let me know all of your experiences if you can. That will really help me out because it helps educate me as well on how people are using these shoes. But also, it's going to help other subscribers of the channel and future subscribers. It will help them decide whether or not the shoe is going to be best for them. The more information they've got to draw on, the better. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell once you've done that. That'll let you know as soon as new videos drop. I always keep things genuine and honest and as insightful as possible to help you decide whether or not the shoes I'm currently reviewing are going to be best for you and your needs. But if I miss something, or if at any point you've got a question, just put it in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. I reply to everyone. Okay, let's get straight into my performance review. I'm going to start by talking about the ride. Oftentimes that's the most important part of a shoe. It's how it feels on ground contact, but also how it feels over time and just whether it's an enjoyable shoe to wear. If you're familiar with the previous version, you won't be that surprised by this one. It does feel more refined. It feels a little bit firmer underfoot, but that gives the shoe more stability. So if that was something you didn't like, the fact it was an unstable shoe, I really noticed that because I took it on some crazy technical trails, which I probably shouldn't have, but I like to test shoes as much as possible. And that was one of the first things I noticed was how unstable it was because the midsole was just so plush and there's a lot of compression going on, making the shoe quite wobbly on technical trails. This one, however, doesn't have that issue as much. Certainly after my first few runs in them. This midsole is softening up for sure, so maybe within time it will start feeling a little bit more unstable. But right now I'm absolutely loving it. Slightly firmer ride, still protective, still got a nice roll because of that rocker geometry. By the way, this rocker doesn't feel as rockered as the previous version to me. I'm not sure why that's happened. It's just a little bit flatter, but that does give it a more grounded feel. Feels like I've got more control, especially on the trail side of this shoe. For road running, I would like to see more of a rocker geometry. It just makes those transitions from heel landing to toe takeoff feel that little bit smoother and less jolty. There's a good amount of flex in the midsole as well. And as you'll see when I flex this shoe and let go, it does pop out of your hand pretty admirably. Not like some of the most springy responsive shoes out there. It's kind of more balanced. It's a little bit too heavy in the bottom side of a shoe to be able to get tons of propulsiveness. But I just really like the balance. It's more stable and secure now. And that's really what you want from a shoe that's capable of going on the roads, but also trails. Because let's face it, road running and trail running are very different sports. So you need to strike a balance in a shoe that kind of does both very well. You're never going to get a shoe that does both exceptionally well. That's just not the way of the world, unfortunately. You need specialized shoes for specialized types of sports. So if you are looking for a more specialist trail running shoe, like an all-mountain trail running shoe, just follow that link up there. That'll help you find the best ones for you. If you're looking for a specialized daily training running shoe on the roads, follow that link up there. That'll help you find one of those for you too. So stability is much improved. I like to run more towards my forefoot, and I have noticed an improvement there on this shoe. But also I've been testing it by striking at my heel, and it is certainly more stable than the previous version. The chevron lugs on the outsole are far improved. I've been taking this on gravel, but also dusty, sandy trails as well, with some inclines and some descents. And I'm used to running with chevron lugs because I do a lot of trail running as well. So I know this pattern works. Thanks On for bending the knee and bringing out the chevrons. That said, it's a road to trail running shoe. It's not going to be best on muddy or thick mud sections. The lugs just aren't deep enough or aggressive enough to be able to claw into mud that well. So stick to light trails and road sections and you'll be fine with these. I also mentioned this before, that I have actually been using these for various different scenarios, like hiking with the family, walking the dog around the neighborhood, running on roads and running on the trails, and it performs really well across the board. And that's really what a road to trail running shoe is supposed to do. So kudos to On. They've built a fantastic road to trail running shoe and performance has been great so far. If you're wondering where the On Cloudsurfer Trail 2 stacks up against the competition right now for road to trail running shoes, well, follow that link up there. That will help you find the best road to trail running shoes for you right now. I'll also put these links in the description so you can find them easily after the video. Is the On Cloudsurfer Trail worth that $170 price tag? Well, it is quite expensive for a road to trail running shoe, but On is a premium brand and the performance of the shoe is there as well. So yes, it's expensive. Is it worth it? Yes. And that's really all I got for this one. There's not much bad to say about it, to be honest. It's certainly improved over the previous version. And I think if you're just looking for a road to trail running shoe, you can't go wrong with this one. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this review. Remember, like the video, drop your comment down below and subscribe to the channel. When you've hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That lets you know as soon as new videos land. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. Peace.